So I just wanted to make a quick video. I picked up this 2006 Audi TT Roadster with 82,000 miles on it. Paid $5 grand for it. Had a problem with the transmission where it was shifting real hard once it would get warmed up to temperature. So watched a lot of videos. Everybody says it's the valve body and the solenoids. So I bought a solenoid kit. So these are the new ones that came in the kit that I bought. It was like 80 bucks on Amazon. And this is the valve body that I took out of the car. So I've seen a lot of videos, and when I started doing this, I noticed that the connector colors were different on these, which was throwing me off a lot. Well, apparently the connector color doesn't matter, and these sensors are all interchangeable. So I ended up finding that information on rockauto.com. I went and looked up the solenoids on their website for 2006 Audi TT 1.8 liter, and it had this information. So this is a brand that they sell on Rock Auto, and you can see that it has the two different types of sensors, and their part numbers are a 488 and a 489. So this is the valve body that I'm using. It's a 09G transmission, and you can see that all of these are the same number. So 89, 89, 89, 89, 89, and then that one is the oddball out, which is this one right here. So you can tell by so all four of these ones look the same, and then you get to that last one and it's like square on the end, where everybody else is round on the end. So if you read this, it says solenoids are compatible with both large and small cans, and that's the part that really got my attention. The OE clutch solenoids use various color connectors. Their clutch connectors are universal and interchangeable. So my assumption is that these four, despite the difference in the color of the connector, can be used in any of those spots. So, or I'm sorry, those five. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull these out. The numbers don't match between these two, so I'm going to pull those ones out, and then I'm just going to put these in. Alright, so I already got this bracket removed from this position, or is it right here? So I got that off, and now I got my little magnet tool, and I'm just going to pull these pins out and drop these solenoids out. So you just kind of push up on it a little bit, maybe wiggle it around, and then that comes right out. So I'm going to do that. And so when I pull this one out, it has some numbers on it. And that one says B something, B2, right? So some of them have numbers on them. Apparently those numbers don't matter. These, I guess, are just manufacturing numbers, so they're not, you can't like match these numbers up with the position in the valve body. But I did notice that some of the new ones that I bought, these numbers do match, so I'm going to put them in the same place. But I'm just going to go ahead and remove the rest of them. So these are the new ones, and you can see, so this one has B3. So that has B3. This one has B4. Right, B4. This one has C1. Apparently this doesn't matter. C1 again, and C2. So those are all the new ones, and these are the old ones that came out, and that one's a B2, I'm sorry, B3. That's a B3. That's a B2. That's a B2. And that's a B4. So if I have numbers that match, I'm going to use them. And other than that, I'm just putting these other ones in the other spots. I don't know if it matters. I'm going to do it, and we're going to find out. Alright, these, the top row is now the new ones. These are the ones that I took out. So I'm going to put these in here, just in this order, right down the line. And that's a C1, that's a B3, that's a C2, that says B4, this says C1, and this says 1B, and that's this one right over here. So the ones that came out say B3, B3, B2, B4, B1, and then that's a C or a 2D. So I don't know if it freaking matters, but this is how I'm doing it. Alright, so I got all the new solenoids in. It's 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. I got these two in the back. Put the little brackets back in. I just snugged those 8mm bolts up. So these are the position that they came out of the original valve body positions. So I am probably going to get a tool and maybe just rework these just for the experience of doing it. But the whole point of this video is that ultimately I don't think that the color of these connectors, because they are different than the originals, matter. And all 5 of these solenoids right there can be interchanged or swapped out. So some videos, you know, some people are like, oh, only put them in the same spot, you know, that you took them out of, and I am all for that. But in this case, I got new ones, and there just wasn't a lot of information out there as far as the numbers, the serial numbers, and all that stuff, and the different colors, and then these QR codes. People are like, oh, make sure the QR codes go in the same spot. I don't know. This is how I'm doing it. So I will let you know if it works and if I have any issues. So another thing I'm going to do is replace this transmission pan. This is the one that came off the car. You can see it got whacked up pretty good. I got to transfer the fill port over, but all that is just the 5mm. Take that off with the crush washer in there, and then this little plastic tubey is just very loosely installed in here. So swap that over. The new pan came with a 14mm plug in there and no straw. Also, my pan, when I took it off, had no magnets in it. So that was kind of another reason why I bought another pan, but sometimes the pans don't come with magnets. So I bought the pan, and then I bought some magnets as well. I bought a 4-pack of these round magnets, and I'm just putting 2 of them in there. So I don't know why. I guess previous owner brought it to a transmission shop and they had changed the fluid in the filter. So I don't know if they cleaned the magnets and never put them back in, but it's going back in with magnets. Alright, so here's a problem, right? My replacement pan, my tube that I have to use to fill it up, right? And it just falls right out. So that's fucking great.